Well, diving into some more of your favorite values, Trey Sermon being your single favorite pick, but we'll go now position by position and pick out your favorite value guy at each one. And you mentioned Trevor Lawrence being one of your favorite value QBs this year, the Rook. What do you love about this guy in year one?
I mean, part of it is that like his rushing, I think, is kind of underrated. The Konami code is so big in like getting that rushing aspect from quarterbacks here. Now, I mean, we're not talking about Lamar Jackson. We're not talking about even Jalen Hurts. But we are talking about a guy like Justin Herbert, I think, who can like add value with that. And Trevor Lawrence was surprisingly aggressive as a runner near the goal line, pretty fearless as a runner, man. And it just doesn't seem like Urban Meyer's the kind of coach who's going to, be lecturing Lawrence for being aggressive in the running game. I mean, if you followed Urban's offenses at Florida, Ohio State, we saw what kind of runner Tim Tebow was, some of his Ohio State quarterbacks. Like those guys were definitely willing to take a hit. He's got weapons with DJ Chark, Laviska Shenault, Marvin Jones. They draft him a real nice pass catching running back in Travis Etienne. And man, like I've just watching this guy at Clemson, like I have no doubt that he's going to be a quality NFL passer right away. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he threw 15, 16 interceptions in year one, but I also think he's going to have some big passing days, just like Joe Burrow had last year. I honestly, like I think Lawrence is a better prospect than Burrow was, and Burrow was lights out until he got hurt.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's not like rookie QBs. Andrew Luck came right in, the guy that everyone keeps comparing him to, walked right in and was the QB 10 his first year as a rookie. And we see Trevor Lawrence falling off and outside the top 20. That underrated Konami aspect is huge. In fact, we never saw Andrew Luck have a season below like that was his worst year at QB 10, which is just crazy. Too short of a career, unfortunately. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence, if that's accurate, like if that's the right comparison, he could walk right into a top 10 role. You're paying half that price. So I love it. I think that's a great name to suggest. My worry is Urban Meyer because like everything seems a little bit like all over the place right now. But I think you highlight the reasons why we should be excited about Urban Meyer, at least for Trevor Lawrence's value, is using those QBs running wise, especially near the goal line. It might not be a lot of these like Chip Kelly comparisons, like, oh, he's just going to be a 1-year wonder and fizzle out. Well, Chip Kelly had a pretty crazy offense that first year with the Eagles. I mean, Mike Vick was a cheat code. Nick Foles put up huge numbers when he came in. So you never know. I see the Urban Meyer hate, but it might end up working in Trevor Lawrence's favor either way. So I like that call a lot. I'm very intrigued to see what he does. My personal pick, I love Ryan Fitzmagic. I mean, who doesn't love Ryan Fitzpatrick? Like the most likable, easy to root for guy in the NFL. So you have that going for your fantasy team. I know you don't earn any bonus points, but it doesn't ever hurt to have a guy at the helm that you love rooting for. But well beyond that, there's so much for Ryan Fitzpatrick that I love. I mean, the guy, one, has just been an absolute monster when he started. Out of his last 22 starts, 18 of them, he's been a QB1. Like 4 of them, he's been top 3. And this is with the Dolphins team with very, very few weapons for the guy. I mean, he moved to a team that was, I think, bottom 20 in pass attempts to the team that was the 8th most last year. He moves from a team that was one of the slowest paces into a top 10 pace. And then, of course, the weapons we were just alluding to. I mean, you add Terry McLaurin now for him. Curtis Samuel gets added to that mix. You have Logan Thomas, a top 10 tight end last year. Then you add Diami Brown and no competition really added through the draft. I think that was my one worry with him. I was really high on him entering the draft. And I was like, but what if there's a lot of these rumblings they're going to draft his successor? And then is it a situation like we had with Tua last year, always looking over his shoulder? Well, no, they went all in on Fitzpatrick this year. So I think, that cements his floor. The ceiling is already insane as we've seen these last few years. I love everything about this guy's situation. I think he unlocks this offense. They have so much talent. And they just were so conservative last year with Alex Smith, and rightfully so. But I think this is just going to be one of those funner, most fast-paced offenses. They're going to sling it deep as he always does. The fact that he averaged over 22 fantasy points per game in unideal circumstances, which would have been QB 10 last year, Now you move him to this better situation that could be a fantasy factory, and he's going outside the top 15, even top 20 quarterbacks right now. I love that value. He's going to be my QB2 on every single team this year. I love it. I love everything about it.
Yeah, the price is right. I mean, there are going to be a couple weeks where he kind of just lays an egg and throws a lot of interceptions. Like that happens every year with him. But man, he also how many 400-yard games has this dude had in the last 3 or 4 years? So, there's more weekly variance with him than with a lot of quarterbacks, good and bad. But at the price he's going at with some of the weapons he has, and as you said, the floor with the confidence they've shown in him, like this is your team. It took this long in this dude's career, and a team finally said, "Here are the keys, man. It's yours." That's pretty cool.
Love it. I can't. And with that defense too, I mean, they just real life wise, not fantasy wise. I'm excited to see what the football team does as an encore after making the playoffs last year and giving the Bucks their hardest game. Like, I don't know. I could see them making some noise. Probably not winning the Super Bowl, but certainly providing some entertainment along the way. So I love what this team is right there. I'm excited to root for them for sure. What is up, you Fantasy Wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.